This is episode 22 of the Latter-day Saint Geeks podcast. I'm Spencer, and in this episode, Joe and I discuss our favorite attractions at Disneyland and Walt Disney World. Welcome back to another episode of the Latter-day Saint Geeks podcast. I'm Spencer, and I'm back with Joe this time.
Hello.
So it's a shame that TJ is the one who was recently to Disney World, but we really, it's a shame that we weren't the ones going to Disney World, because that's what we're talking about this time. So we'll just jealously shake our fists at TJ and move on with our working adult lives.
Now, I did go there 2 months ago and we'll be going back again in 2 months. So
Well, that's just rude.
I know, right? I'm a monster.
I know. But I was gonna say I'll forgive you, but I'll speak jealously. It's fine. It's fine.
Oh, remind me later. I got to send you the pic I got of Stitch.
Well, that's gonna be a future episode because we're gonna do a 4-part Disney parks series for the podcast. Today is going to be our favorite attractions at the park, but we'll get to that in a second. First, we'll do recommendations. What do you got?
I have been binge watching, well, not binge watching, watching every episode that I can of season 2 of My Adventures with Superman. It's on Max. It is so good. Classic Superman stories. The animation is on point. It is that same animation they do for like Legend of Korra and the like Waname stuff, but Superman. Oh my gosh, it is so much fun. I've been enjoying it and very much kid friendly.
Which, other than like Disney Channel with some of their Marvel stuff, I feel like superheroes and kid friendly don't necessarily go hand in hand.
Oh,
Like,
absolutely.
I finished rewatching all the Wolverine movies in preparation for the new Deadpool movie, and plenty of those not kid friendly. Nope,
Nope.
not one bit. Not
Nope.
from
Nope.
the first X-Men on.
And I think they need to have, I think we superhero movies, we need to have stuff that's more like kid friendly that does, because it is something that it's a genre that can be enjoyed by everyone. The MCU did a really good job for a long time of making all the movies approachable to adults, tasteful for kids, everything worked. But so I think anytime we find one that's worth celebrating, we celebrate it.
Yeah, and I'm grateful there's something in between the Disney Junior Spider-Man show that my 4-year-old watches, and something between that and rated R Deadpool.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
So
absolutely.
although she does love Spider Gwen now, they call her Ghost Spider in the Disney Junior show. So it's got her into some Spider-Man stuff. So I can't say I complain about that.
It's a good gateway. We all had ours back in my day. It was Super Friends. So,
I think mine was the '90s Spider-Man.
oh yeah, 90s Spider-Man.
Needs to make a return more than just a cameo in X-Men '97.
I hope they reboot that series the
No
same
word
way they
on
did
that
He-Man.
yet. The way that from what I've heard, nothing, no word on that. But even just having him appear, because he appeared for like half a second on X-Men, but let's have him appear for real in X-Men for a little bit. But um, my recommendation is going to be the Bluey mini-sodes, which I don't think you had even realized before I mentioned them to you that they existed. And I know Kenton did a recent post in the blog about the first 6, I think, is on Disney Plus right now. But I believe that, someone can correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe there's more on the way. That's just all that's been released on Disney Plus so far. But just bite-sized bite-sized adventures with the Healer family, even though Bluey's already bite-sized as it is. So it's like I have this Stitch plush that's already adorable, and then I have like a smaller Stitch plush, and then I have this little Stitch with magnetic hands and feet that hangs from my desk at work. It's like the smaller we get, the cuter it gets.
Eventually, we're gonna have Bluey episodes are gonna be about 30 seconds long.
And it's all the theme song.
It's all just a theme song.
Mhm.
That's all the serotonin we get. But you know what? More Bluey. I'm here for it. However they want to deliver it.
Oh yeah. I'm just glad that's something that keeps my kids occupied for a second. Apparently keeps Joe occupied too.
Keeps Joe occupied.
Yep, that's all we can ask for. All right. So today, in the first of the four episodes we planned to do about the Disney parks, we're going to talk about our favorite parks attraction. So, yeah, we've both only been to Disney World in Florida and Disneyland in California. So, just because of our experiences, we're limiting it to that. But we're opening it up to current and past attractions. So I honestly don't think that anything that I've been on has been discontinued, with the exception of Splash Mountain becoming the Tiana ride. Um, but I know you've been going to Disney parks longer than I have, so you could have seen some come and go in your time.
Actually, interestingly enough, I haven't. I went to my first Disney park when I was 26.
What year was that?
That was, well, I'm 38 now, so 12 years ago.
Oh, so you haven't been going to them longer than I have, because
Mm-mm.
my first time was New Year's 2012. So like my first couple days were 2011, and then we were there for the new year. So my last moments of that trip, at least the Disney part of that trip, was on the like midnight of 2012, New Year's Day. So we're
But I have
still,
been,
go ahead.
so I was gonna say, I have been over 20 times at this point since then.
I've only been four times, but if we had the money, I'd have been more. So when I was job hunting, I actually told my wife that like if we were like in St. George or Arizona or someone within like 5-ish hours driving distance of Anaheim, that I wanted to get annual passes, because that's like a long weekend kind of driving trip.
Oh,
So,
absolutely.
but alas, we're in Texas and that's far from both parks. So
I get the pain, man. I totally get the pain. But yeah, let's move into the attractions. I think so for me, the attractions I was classifying more as rides and just like experience-y stuff, not like the shows, but like stuff where it's ride categorized-ish.
yeah, I mean, I'd be open to putting the shows and stuff in there, but my three picks, because we just picked three each.
Hmm.
So my three picks were all rides as well. So
Absolute. Mine were too. So
although I guess if we did include shows, I could have included the Aladdin show because before it became a Frozen show, but that's another story about Frozen being overdone.
oh, don't even get me started. They took away the Muppets. But anyway, Tangent Central. All right. But yeah, so what's your first one? What's the first one you want to talk about?
So I honestly don't know if this is one of my top ones, like really, but it's like one of the ones that first really hooked me on my first trip that I Star Tours. Um, and I think part of it is that we spent a lot, I feel like we spent a lot of our time that first trip in Tomorrowland. So I don't know why. Maybe it's because it was New Year's and there was just it's crowded and that's just where we I don't know end up. But also like every time you do Star Tours, it's it's still Star Tours and C3PO is still annoying and everything. I think it's C3PO. He's in one of the versions, I think. I can't remember. But
Oh, yeah, they're both in all of them.
okay. And I was just thinking of the like tour guide droid, but I think that's just at the beginning of the ride. Um, yeah, like pretty much every Disney ride, there's like a you enjoy the wait up to it. Like I remember there was droids along the way, like it was a boarding, like going through customs or TSA or wherever, getting on a plane. And then every time you go on the ride, it's a little bit different. Like there's probably 4 or 5 different variations of the ride. So, puts you into the Star Wars universe for half a second without having to wait hours long to get on uh, Rise of the Resistance. Is that what the new ride is called in Disneyland?
Yeah, Rise of the Resistance.
I Because of the weights and stuff, I did not even get onto that ride on my last trip. Just ride shut down and then it was back and it wasn't. And my now 4-year old was hungry, so it played out how it played out.
No, I think honestly that Star Tours is so much fun. I totally agree with you. It is a fun, silly, like just a little snacky blast into the Star Wars universe. And then you're in and out, and it's like we always go 2, 3 times every time we go. We have to hit up
Oh
Star
yeah.
Tours.
Well, and the wait's never too long. It's like I think the longest I've seen it was like 20-ish minutes.
Hmm.
So it's not bad at all. So, like you said, it's a little bite-sized piece of the Star Wars world, and then you're back into the park.
Oh, absolutely. And it's just, oh, I love that ride. You're absolutely right.
What's your favorite, or what's the first on your list? Not
The first
necessarily
on
favorite.
the first on my list is Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Rail. This is a relatively new ride.
I was gonna say it does not sound familiar to me.
So this one, it's relatively new. I don't know if it's only been around for a couple of years tops, but it is the same mechanism as Rise of the Resistance, where you're in a cart that moves along the ground using, I don't know, magnets, wheels, witchcraft, whatever it does, but you are transported into a Mickey Mouse cartoon. And it has got these amazing animatronics, these amazing effects. It is super funny. We had so much fun. I was giggling the entire time. And I had only like this last time we went to Disney World, it was my first time to Disney World. And our friends kept saying, "Oh, we have to ride this. We have to ride this." I'm like, "It's a little kid ride. What are you people talking about?" And then we got on it, and it was like, "Oh no, this is not a little kid ride. This is it was so good and so fun." But yeah, just they
So is this
use
just
like
in Florida?
it's just in Florida from what I understand. It's in the Hollywood studios. It is, yeah, you get in and it's like Mickey is trying to have the perfect picnic and Goofy wrecks it. And so you're trying to run around to make sure that they have a good time and like it's just silly Disney cartoon nonsense, which is just lovely. I had such a fun time on it.
According to Wikipedia, it's also in Disneyland Mickey's Toontown.
Oh, it's in the new Toontown. I haven't been since they redid Toontown. So,
I mean, as of January 23.
oh yeah. So
So yeah, there you go.
there we go.
But
But
no, like Rise of Resistance plus the you know Mickey and Minnie. That sounds wonderful. Like I said, I didn't get to go on Rise of Resistance, but it's I've heard only like amazing things about it. So I imagine that's put those two together and it's also amazing. Plus, I know
oh
you said
yeah.
it's not necessarily a kid's ride, but I imagine it's probably kid friendly as long as they're big enough for the ride.
Oh yeah, yeah, and I think you could honestly probably bring a newborn on this ride. Like it's not like a super scary twisty roller coaster. It's just it's very kid friendly. It's very fun. When I go to Disney World or into Disney stuff, I don't want to ride the big roller coasters because I can like within 45 minutes from right now, if I just got up right now, I could be on a giant roller coaster. Great.
Right, like Lagoon's not far from you. You could be riding a roller coaster. I got Six Flags near me. Like
Exa-
you can go on a roller coaster anywhere. Although when it's Disney themed, it's something special.
And that's what I love about the Disney rides. Their roller coasters, I mean, yeah, they're cool, but man, the rides where they've got characters and it's got fun line crap. And this one, the whole thing is just, oh, chef's kiss. Loved it.
Yeah, no, I'm all for it. You can Disneyfy anything, and which is funny because then none of the three on my list are like Disney properties, so it's kind of funny that way.
Well, and that's fine too. I mean,
Oh
if you
yeah,
can make a good ride out of it, I'm here for it.
oh yeah. Um, yeah. Anything else you want to say about Mickey and Minnie and their runaway?
I came very close to buying either. So they got these little birds in it, like Snow White birds that are floating
Yeah.
around. I came very close to buying a shoulder bird for my shoulder pet this last time because I loved that ride so much. I ended up getting a different shoulder pet, which we'll talk about later, because it has to do with my second ride. But um, yeah, I was like, I am hook, line, and sinker into this thing.
Are the shoulder pets the like magnetic feet ones? Okay,
Yep.
that's the Stitch that I have hanging from my desk is a shoulder pad.
Oh, cute.
Yeah,
I love it.
I'll send you a picture.
Yeah, every time we've gone the last few times, I've picked up another one. So I'm just looking at them. I've got all of them are attached to my microwave. So I've got Banshee, Zero, Groot,
Oh, Groot.
Pascal, and Ratatouille.
I have Perry the Platypus and Stitch.
Awesome. Oh, and one of them I made because I wanted to see if I could make it work, but it didn't work. I have Sebastian.
Oh, cute.
All right, what's your second one?
My second one is a classic, even though it shuts down all the time. Indiana Jones.
Yeah, heck yeah.
So, and I remember what was great, and this is just the magic of Disney that even when a ride fails, it can surprise you. That when on Indiana Jones when the boulder falls and you go backwards.
Mm-hmm.
One of the times that you remember David,
Yeah.
um, when he and I went on one trip, there was one round that we went on Indiana Jones, and I don't know if what part of the special effects failed, but the boulder did not drop. But so like the ride continued without the boulder. So when we went on it the other time, um, well, the first time it had me questioning like, wait, did I remember that wrong? Was the boulder not part of this? Like whatever, that's weird. And then we went on it the second time, and the boulder did drop, and it's like I got surprised and like experiencing it new all over again. So even though Indiana Jones is like one of the ones that I have in my mind is perpetually breaking down and all that, it's still classic.
Oh yeah. It's one of those rides that like especially when if you're like a bigger kid, you can appreciate it because it's still like you're still in Disney, but it's also kind of fun. It's a bit dark, you know. It's a little
Like
scary.
and I don't think I've ever actually seen any of the Indiana Jones movies start to finish. Like I've seen bits and pieces, and I've maybe seen one of the sequels all the way through, but that was like in college with some people in my ward, and like we were chatting as much as we were watching movies. So, but even without, being an Indiana Jones person, still very much enjoyable.
And that's one of the things I love too, is when you get a ride that is themed, and even if you don't know what the theme is or you'd never care about the property, you still love and dig the ride. That tells you something about the ride.
Yeah.
100%.
That's and in reverse, it's like, Tower of Terror becoming Guardians of the Galaxy. I love the Guardians, but the idea of Tower of Terror like freaks me out, so I haven't done it. Even though I would love to go on a Guardians of the Galaxy ride, I haven't pushed myself to do that yet. To be fair, I've only been to Disneyland once since it became Guardians, and I had one almost 2 year old, so my priority was stuff she could do, like Dumbo and the Toy Story carousel, which I still don't understand why Dumbo has such a long line, except that it's classic. So that's
It's
another
part of
story.
it's part of the Disneyana with it. It's part of, Disney has these certain things that you do because you're at Disneyland. Dumbo is one of those. When I went to Disney World, they actually had like six different rides that were all the same as Dumbo, but just different colors and different things. Like they had one that was the magic carpets, and they had one that was Toy Story rockets, and one that was like, I don't know, Groot's head. I can't even remember. It was, some of them got ridiculous, and we're just like, you just copy pasted this, didn't you?
There was literally we had a because I can't remember if it was Disney World when my wife was pregnant or if it was Disneyland when we had our almost 2 year old, but we did like a Peter Pan ride and then Snow White ride and Pinocchio ride or something. It's just this cart moving you through the story every time, like you said, copy paste,
Yep.
like that meme that's you know, can I copy your homework? Yeah, but just change it so they can't tell, and basically those rides. But it's still fun.
Yeah, they're still really fun though. I do love the story rides when you go to Fantasyland, and especially Peter Pan's my favorite over there just because it's like you get to fly over Neverland, and there's weird racist undertones and the Mermaid Lagoon where they totally tried to drown Wendy. Like there's a lot. It's a really fun ride. Um my second is also not a Disney property, but it is the Flight of the Banshees at Disney World at Animal Kingdom. It's like soaring over California,
Mhm.
but instead of California, you're on Pandora and you're rocking your way on a banshee, flying it through like the trees and seeing the creatures and all this stuff. And I'm not a big Avatar fan. Like,
No, no, let's ditch the blue people and go back to the airbenders.
exactly. The airbending was like, that's fabulous. But these blue people, like the first one, I was like, okay, it's fine. It's not a bad movie. I think it got a bad rap. The second one, I was like, why? This is stupid. This is just insipid. But I rode this ride and oh my gosh, I was in love with it. I had so much fun with it. I even bought the little shoulder banshee. And it's like there was no way I was going to buy an Avatar anything while I was at Disneyland or Disney World until I rode that ride. And then it's like, okay, I have to have this.
There's a there's two Avatar rides in Animal Kingdom, right? I'm trying to remember.
So one of them is you're on a boat and you're
Okay,
floating through and it's a
that's the
dark
one I've
ride.
been on,
Yeah,
which
when
it's beautiful.
oh, that one's gorgeous. We had so much fun on that. And at the end, they have a Navi person who looks like some sort of high priestess. And she's sitting there singing with the song that's playing over the thing. And she's touching flowers and they're lighting up. And she's, got her arms up and down. And after he passed her, I turned to my wife and I said, "Did we just get Avatar married?" Like, I think we're married on Pandora now, too. I think our license extends. That's nice.
I was gonna say you were already married, so I don't know how you.
Well, we renewed our vows on it, it's one of those things. She was nice enough to renew our vows for us. But yeah, this ride though it felt very much like a combination of like Soarin', but also mixed with like roller coastery ride. Because it did have these dips and these cool turns. It was like what Soarin' was naturally going to evolve into.
That makes sense.
And it was very fun, very exciting. Absolutely loved it. And yeah, I did love the dark ride too. Um, I wouldn't have bought a little Banshee if I had been on just the dark ride, but the dark ride was very fun.
So the Flight of Passage, is that what it's called?
Yeah, Flight of Passage, that's the one.
Okay, that I had to Google it, but that does sound more familiar. But I think what happened was that's the trip that my wife was pregnant and in morning sickness, and it was hot, so there was no way she was going to get on that ride. So
Yeah, that makes sense.
I think I had the opportunity to go on it with my brother, and it just didn't happen. But
There's nothing that ticks off a Banshee more than throwing up on the back of its head. So, yeah, that was probably the best thing.
yeah, um, yeah. Anything else you want to say about Flight of Passage?
All I say is that make sure you get the whatever fast pass genie magic whatever they're doing next to get on it. It is an absolute destination ride if you end up in Animal Kingdom. And there was a lot of good rides in Animal Kingdom, but that one, oh, so fun.
Sounds good. All right, the third one on my list, another classic one, Jungle Cruise. Because
Yes.
who doesn't like a good bad dad joke?
And the whole thing is one big dad joke.
I really hoped that I went on it usually just once a trip, but I went on it twice on one trip, and I really hoped that there was like a second set of jokes or whatever. But alas, no, it's a single script. But even so, like just wonderful, horrible jokes that the backside of water, like it's so dumb. So why do I love it so much?
It's so fun and delightful, but it is so stupid. They actually had one of the Jungle Cruise tour guides actually said once that he was on it and he quickly found out or realized that all of his passengers were Japanese tourists and none of them spoke English.
Oh my gosh.
So instead of doing the dad jokes, he just explained for like the good 10 minutes or whatever that you're on the boat how to make a proper peanut butter sandwich. And it's like, I want to be on that one too.
Oh my gosh. That's how I feel at work sometimes with just, you know, Dallas, Texas is a lot more diverse than I was used to in Utah. So sometimes when I get a patient who doesn't speak English, I'm like, I could say anything, and as long as I can mime it, you'd be fine. As long as I can mime the exercise I want you to do and you repeat it back to me, I could be talking about Disneyland for all you know.
Or making a peanut butter sandwich.
Exactly.
But yeah, that one is so good. I don't know how they keep that one going so well because it's animatronics, it's outside, and it's in water. I can't imagine the maintenance on that thing, but
Yeah, I'm amazed too though, like it's not a terrible wait every time.
Yeah, no, it's even though the line's outside, it's never like hot. I mean, you're inside most of the time.
I just, yeah, I don't know.
It's a good ride.
Oh
That's what it
yes.
ends up being.
Oh yes. All right. What's your third and final for tonight?
My third final, my absolutely must for every Disney trip, no matter what, is the Haunted Mansion.
Somehow I knew that was going to be on your list.
It's true though. The one thing in the park that's actually like horror themed to this day, that after they took off Tower of Terror, and that's my fave. Here's the thing with the Haunted Mansion. Not only does it have this great animatronics, the fun atmosphere, the stupid, like Adam's Family level jokes. Please move your bodies to the dead center of the room. All of this. It has a Disney nostalgia that is so heavy because it is those animatronics are the same ones that Walt put in like when he opened up Disneyland. Disney World is a copy, and that's perfectly fine. It was still a lovely time. You can go to either one and get the same experience. But the Disneyland one that's the one that Walt wanted. And I can tell you this, originally it was going to be a walking tour, it wasn't going to be a ride. Originally it wasn't going to be funny, and it was going to feature Walt had a collection of eclectic and spooky things from around the world that he was going to showcase in there, including his human skull collection.
Okay, so when people talk about the supposed frozen body of Walt Disney, you've heard that conspiracy theory, right?
Yeah, it's not a conspiracy theory. It's on the records. His head is frozen.
What?
Yeah, yeah. Oh, he was into all of that. He was always into the weird stuff. And he had his head cryogenically frozen so that one day when they figured out how to cure death and attach a head back to a body, he is right there waiting in somebody's freezer. Like the man was nuts. And thank heaven for it because he made some spectacular, beautiful things. The Haunted Mansion is my favorite ride there. I would like it. I have to do it every year. If the one year it was closed, I was like, this Disney trip is ruined. We may as well go home, pack it in. I don't care. We're done.
I
Because it,
just, wow.
yeah.
Well, and it's funny because the first couple times I went, first three times, yeah, my first three Disney trips were New Year's, New Year's, and then in the fall. So it was Nightmare Before Christmas, Nightmare Before Christmas, Nightmare Before Christmas.
Oh, so you've never seen the original.
Well, I have now, but the first three trips, like I know that it wasn't planned this way, but just it took me forever to actually have an experience with the Haunted Mansion. I think the first time I went to the Haunted Mansion was our Disney World trip, and my I can't remember how old she was at the time, but my 3 or 4 year old niece couldn't go on whatever ride with my brothers and my sister-in-law and her big brother. So my wife and I, who was pregnant at the time, we took her to Haunted Mansion, and we were like, so we don't live near them, so she was super shy. But then, you know, what a great way to get a kid comfortable with you than Haunted Mansion.
Exactly,
It
because you're the only
brings
source of
family
comfort.
together.
Yep.
Brings your family
Horror
together.
usually does.
You
Horror
say
usually
humor?
brings family
Did you
together.
say humor or horror?
Horror.
So it's yeah, it's great.
I absolutely love the Haunted Mansion. It to me is just it's Disney at its finest. It's got Walt's touch on it. It's like I could go on and on and on about stories about the Haunted Mansion and how just I'm in love with it. I also got to at one of the Comic Cons in Salt Lake, I got to attend a um a panel with one of the designers who helps maintain the Haunted Mansion and bring it up to date. It was one of the few panels that I actually stayed awake for, and I had a wonderful time.
Well, in
Oh
that
yeah,
spirit, spirits, uh, in that spirit, do you want to, unless you have more to say about Haunted Mansion?
oh no, nothing that if I get into it, we'll be here all night.
Well, then why don't you just close us out with your favorite line from Haunted Mansion?
Ah, my favorite line is, and I say it all the time. Because someone will walk into somewhere or whatever, and I'll be like, "Notice there are no windows and no doors. Now the question is, how to find a way out?" And people will just look at me like, "The door is right there. We just walked into this place, you moron." And I'm like, "No, it's pretend with me."
Thanks for listening to the Latter-day Saint Geeks podcast. Intro and outro music was provided by David Schradell. You can follow us on most social media platforms, including Facebook and Instagram. You can follow the podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and YouTube.